welcome to the very first CATRP crew video.
What's up, CATRP crew? So, this one's going to be exciting. We're going to go a little more into depth on everything. If you saw the main channel video, you saw everything we bought.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't really see everything.
Well, yeah.
We're going to go in it in detail.
And we still have a bunch here. It's like 3 weeks later.
Like show them what's still here 3 weeks later.
Oh my gosh.
And believe it or not, I've already gotten through like 300 or 400 games. Probably the majority of the systems.
Half.
Oh yeah, it's just crazy. So we're going to talk about like why we started with what we started with, strategy on how to resell, all the behind the scenes, the running the business side. That's what's going to be primarily on this channel, and I think you'll see that from this video.
Yeah, so it's super exciting. Buckle up. Got lots of behind the scenes stuff right now.
Let's roll into it.
Hey guys, so I just went through adding up everything. Kind of a rough, conservative estimate for value. And this is assuming that everything works and that most of the cardboard games are complete and have their manuals. Have not checked all of that. But the rough estimate is $25,000 in value. I'm just going to say give or take $7,000 because if a lot of stuff doesn't work, it's going to be way lower than that. If everything does work and everything is complete, it's going to be a good bit higher than that because they were highly conservative estimates. So that's crazy. Obviously, we didn't really know exactly what we were buying when we were there. It was a big risk, but this one could end up paying off, especially if stuff works. So the first thing I like to do when processing a collection of this magnitude, I gotta figure out what's gonna go where. So what is gonna be sold on eBay? What's gonna be sold on Amazon? What is trade-in? What could be set aside for what not now? How are we gonna best do that? And I love processing things first that have the most value if possible. Right now, there's this stack of handhelds. I've got some extra help today, Skylar's brother-in-law. I'd love for him to be able to test all of the handhelds today because those are pretty quick, easy, and they're worth quite a lot of money. So those will be a great first thing to do. And then obviously the systems need to be tested and cleaned, so that's gonna be a lot of work for him as well. And then the next thing I'll do is set aside the obvious eBay stuff. So boxed cartridge games. All of those are going to be on eBay. The things of collectible nature that are like better condition that real collectors need to see, those go to eBay. Stuff like Sega CD, Sega Saturn, obscure, that's not going to sell on Amazon. At least it won't sell well. The rank would be too bad. All of this box stuff, that's guaranteed going to go to eBay. Stuff like that is easy, so I can just get an eBay bin, a couple eBay bins, and put all that stuff in it, stack it up, get it ready for listing. And then this is kind of how the system comes into play, you know, once we get stuff in bins. I love to have bins that fit on these shelves. I've got shelves like this everywhere. So they're labeled. You know, this one's empty. I'll grab this one out. Bring that one on over for eBay stuff. Fill it to the brim. And then we will know that this stuff is dedicated and ready to list on eBay. And then I'll also need to get an unprocessed bin, so it will be labeled unprocessed. And that's gonna be for the disc-based games. So I'm gonna have to scan through those. I start by scanning with Accelerlist, which is my software that I use to list on Amazon. I do have a referral link for that. I recommend it. It's great. It helps you list more efficiently. So check that out if you're interested. But unprocessed bins, basically how it works is the first step is to see if I can sell it on Amazon. So I scan it in through Accelerlist, see if the rank, I usually like to say under 50,000 in video games is good enough to send off to FBA. It'll probably sell if you have it priced right. And then I don't sell anything that is less than $10. So it needs to be $10 or more with a rank of 50,000 or less to be sold on Amazon. And there are a few other factors to decide what gets sent to Amazon, like condition. If it's very good, I might send in items with a worse rank. But if it's acceptable, the rank needs to be a little bit better because that stuff's not going to sell as fast. Those are just general rules of thumb, but definitely good things to keep in mind, you know, especially if you're trying to sell on eBay, Amazon, and elsewhere. And then a question that, you know, I sometimes get when buying a collection like this is, like, how much work is this going to take? And my real guess for this collection is probably 2 weeks of full-time work for me and Skylar.
Boy, were we wrong on that one. Now, we've been doing a bunch of other stuff, so that's 2 weeks of, like, full-time, hunkered down working on it.
Maybe 140-ish hours between the two of us. I really, it's hard to say, but we have processed a lot of collections. That's my guess for something like this. And that includes the listing, the cleaning, the testing, the processing, the shipping, everything. So obviously that's super well worth it with the margin we're working with on something like this, but that's also a reason to keep your margins strong, because you need to value your time. And I love and I value very highly maximizing my time in 40 hours a week. So as long as I can get items that have good margin, that are nice, that sell well, I know that I can do that well. But yeah, thank you guys for jumping on over here. We figured that there would be a smaller percentage of people that would be interested in the back end of the business. But I know that if you're here, you're probably very interested and you're probably into reselling, whether it's a side hustle or full time. And we're really glad to have you, because I know that you guys are, you know, the smaller percentage of people that really go deep and are really into the business. And that's the kind of people that I love talking to. So let's get these handhelds boxed up. I'll get them on over to the testing station so my guy can get them tested, cleaned, and hopefully most of them work. I'll keep you guys posted on the results. And here's a couple of the other systems that we have in place. So we have bins with untested controllers, and they're labeled so we know that PlayStation and Xbox are going to be in here. We're actually fairly caught up right now. Sometimes these bins can get pretty full. And then Nintendo, Sega, and other will go in this bin. Once they're cleaned and tested, they enter into one of these bins over here. I love that we have these systems in place because they're super effective and super nice. So basically, if the controller is bagged, that means it's cleaned and tested, it's good to go. It's in very good condition. So we know it's been through our full process. That's how we communicate to ourselves. Occasionally, we'll label one acceptable, so that one's got some joystick issues, but it fully works. So if we have an acceptable condition system, we'll pair one of the acceptable condition controllers, and then we've got cords, you know, everything you could possibly need to complete a system bundle. And if you're doing any sort of volume with game systems and video games, I definitely recommend having something in place like that. We only got that in place like probably a year and a half ago. I've been selling video games full time for over 5 years. It's made a huge difference, and our sales have shown that it's working because they have increased a ton in the last year and a half. So I love it. It's working for us. There's probably an even better way to do it. I'm still learning. But this is a good start.
All right, so we've been testing all the handhelds, and they're all good except for one. One Game Boy didn't work, but we got a lot of other stuff. I'm starting to box it all up right now. We're gonna have to replace the screens on a bunch of these things, but everything was actually super, super nice. We have the DSIs and stuff all ready for Amazon already, so yeah, that's exciting. Some good stuff has been happening. Now we're moving on to N64s. Nolan's testing them right now. And yeah, all the handhelds have turned out pretty good so far. So the Game Boy Advances also are looking a little rough, so I'm gonna find screen replacements and we'll put those on. Chase, what we doing?
Packing it all up. Got the FBA shipment done, so gonna be able to fill this box up and another one and get a bunch of stuff out of here. So a day's work. It's about 2 o'clock, and we got all the N64s done, all the handhelds done. So all of the systems and that kind of stuff goes to FBA as long as the condition is good enough. We did set aside a couple things in the whatnot bin, and then a couple things in the eBay bin. Like boxed systems that are older will go on eBay. But yeah, we're making a lot of progress.
So I started going through all of the N64 games that you saw in those rows. I think there ended up being close to 40, like 38. And all of them were just super, super good. There were a couple that weren't in the greatest condition. So we cleaned those up the best possible. There were a lot of them that had stickers on it or were just dirty because they were sitting inside that thing. So I cleaned them up. Usually we clean the inside with just get some Q-tip with some isopropyl alcohol. What percent? 90
plus.
90 plus. Just clean the inside really well. Sometimes I'll get a magic eraser and I'll scrub the outside of it, not the actual like art of the game, because you'll just like fade it and rub it off, and you don't want to do that. So if there's anything on the label, and for a lot of this stuff there was, which was unfortunate, we did the best we can cleaning it up.
Skylar's done with the N64 games. I think we predicted the value to be like $1,000 on this. I don't exactly remember. But it ended up being closer to $1,200, and that was conservative eBay values after fees and everything. So I kind of just went through, adding up, you know, like these I considered $30 in value, and that's pretty conservative since they're most of them are in really good condition. That one's going to be a new back.
Or they will be, yeah.
They will be, yep. So $1,200 in value, and with Amazon, it might actually be closer to $1,500. When I give estimates of value, I generally like to do more like the eBay value because
it's more relatable.
It's more relatable, and like Amazon, there are added risks, there are added barriers to entry for people to get into selling on Amazon. If that is something you're interested in, we do have an Amazon chat in our Discord, and there's a lot of ungating information in there. A lot of people have been, like, we just got people ungated in Sony, Nintendo, EA, all the kind of big ones. So if that's something you're interested in, check it out, and then you can get like more like $1,500 to $1,600 for these games, which are worth more like $1,200 on eBay. These four are going to Whatnot. They have like minor condition things, but they work great. No issues beyond that, so we figure we can show them really well on video, make sure the buyer knows exactly what they're getting, and then the rest, the majority of these will be Amazon because they're all first party. This one probably eBay. Other than that, I think they'll all have really good ranks and will sell really well on Amazon. Sounds good. I appreciate it.
Probably be a video this week.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thanks, bud.
All right, yeah. Talk to you later. Well, just called Ron back from this massive collection, and we're really hopeful. He said he has 50 sealed games, and he said if we buy it, he'll give us first dibs. And I said, okay, well, are they like PS4, Xbox One? He said, no, they're like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, and I think that's it. Okay. So, sounds very, very intriguing.
Hopefully we'll get that list.
Yeah, he's going to email me the list, and we'll see. We'll keep you guys posted.
Hi, little bit of an update clip. It has been it's officially been a full week since we bought all that stuff. And, yeah, we've moved quite a bit. As you can see, there's still a lot to go. Like, we got rid of some of the stuff there. Chase has been gone for a couple days. He's doing a little trip. But there is just so much to go through still. Essentially the plan, I mean, a lot of this will be Amazon. Like, a lot of this stuff, I think, is just all gonna be Amazon. A lot of this, I don't know, might be eBay, might be Whatnot. We just have so many various things. All of these are like bundlers that we'll use to sell for NESs on Amazon. Yeah, there's just a ton. We still have all of these SNES games, like, oh my goodness, just all Marios and stuff. There is so much, but it's keeping me busy, and it's given us a lot of fun stuff to do. Like today, a complete in-box N64, like a jumbo one. This is the super cool atomic purple one. So yeah, like, I get to list that today. That's fun.
There's a sneak peek here.
Ooh, there is. Not anymore. Well, so we didn't get everything done. We thought we were going to have enough time, you know, being several weeks before this video was going to come out. But if you want to see more processing type stuff, if you want to see more in-depth on some of each of these games, maybe get some pickups with prices on what we're going to do, like maybe the GameCube stuff, let us know by commenting CATRP Crew in the comments. Let's juice this first video.
Yes, that would definitely help. And stay tuned for more. We've got one planned around the corner for eBay weekend sales, and exactly kind of how we pulled off the biggest weekend we ever had.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So
and
stay tuned for that.
If you're into eBay, yeah.